growing up with the language that we acquire from our natural environment, we learn about these things without efforts. And I just demonstrated to you what we mean by without efforts. Got it?
Yes, sir.
But now you think about it. If you are learning English and you have to learn something like Nodvegara, how are we going to learn that? There is, I mean, in the worst case, you can only learn, let's say, a list of 50, 60 metaphors or proverbs. But irrespective of the total number of the proverbs you learn, you are still going to be far away from the total number, because there is no fixed total number of proverbs in any language. Get it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So there is, my answer to your question is, we can think about, we can look at a list. There are tons of materials available online about proverbs and metaphors in English. You can look at them, but nothing is going to be enough.
So, but like even if you grow up with English speaking people, they don't really use idioms and proverbs in their day-to-day English language usage.
No, they do. They do. What the difference is, and I'm glad you are raising an important point. You don't hear them using. What happens is, there are very few proverbs and metaphors that can be used in formal contexts.
Yes, sir.
When you use Hindi, when you speak Hindi in a formal way, do you use Nodo Igara?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Even if you have to say somebody bhagya, you would say bhagya. You wouldn't say Nodo Igara ho gaya.
Yes, sir.
Right? Therefore, people don't use metaphors in formal language, and there are metaphors, there are proverbs that are used, but very restrictive sense, very restrictive context in which we can use metaphors in formal language. And also remember, there is another reason for that. We need to make sure that our audience understands what we are saying.
Yes, sir. Very true.
So we try to avoid metaphors in as much as possible in any context. So I hope I clarified a few things for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, I was going through the about the course page on this course. I've seen prescribed books and references.
Okay.
In references, there is a book called How to Analyze People, the Ultimate Guide to Speed Reading People. So, I mean, what was the intention behind including this? Or I'm slightly, I do not understand what is the intention behind adding this book.
Are you reading that book?
It certainly seems interesting to read. So
I have read that book, and
okay.
the intention was, I mean, there is nothing confidential, I can tell you. The intention was, when you read such books, there are a lot of such books. And the one that you see is just one or two references we have added in the course content. Usually we are not giving any references for any grammar, and like just now you heard the question about metaphors. Instead of saying all the things that I have just told you, I can simply give you a list of books. Read these books for metaphors and you will become better. That was much easier thing for me to say. But I didn't want to say that because I don't want to give you a list of references. That's not our idea. But in that case, we have given it because that is one book which is written in very simple language about understanding contexts in which we speak.
Okay.
So knowing what we speak is as important as knowing what we must not speak. And how to make the best out, how to get the best out of given context in terms of language use is the crux of that book. Therefore, we listed it, and we have taken a few things from there.
So, if I may paraphrase, what you're trying to say is, we must speak according to the speaker. I mean, to the list, according to the listener.
Of course, you should.
Okay, so that is the intention, right?
No, that's our intention was that we just found it is a good book.
Okay.
But to answer your question, of course, we must speak the way our audience is responding in front of us.
Yes.
Or
So,
what they want to know. That is how conversation moves on. That is how communication goes on. A good person, I mean, not in terms of quality, a good communicator is the one who understands the audience.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is what this book prepares you for.
Yes. I was looking at the syllabus, and I also thought somewhat on those same lines. So I just wanted to confirm.
Sure, definitely.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Somebody has written something. What is that? Arun Ranjan. Yes, I see what you mean. So what is the metaphoric meaning of that? Chickens have come home to roast. Chickens have come home to roast. What will be the metaphoric meaning?
Which language is that?
I don't know which language is. I think English, right?
No.
Yes,
As in,
it's in.
oh, it's an English proverb.
Yeah, it's in English only,
That's what he means.
and it has been used in so many movies also.
Okay.
It basically means like karma. Like what you have done wrong will come to you eventually. That's the meaning of that.
Oh, all right.
So chickens have done something wrong?
No, sir.
Yeah. Can anyone explain the literal meaning there?
There is no literal meaning. I just give you an example of no gyara.
No, sir. I meant to say, what does it mean in the context of chickens and roost? I mean to ask that.
Okay, ask Arun Ranjan. I don't know. Arun Ranjan, help him understand. Oh, your mic is not working. Okay. No problem. Next time you ask him this question, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Let's move on. So basically, metaphors and proverbs are a very interesting topic for people to learn, work, and understand. Keep that in mind. There is no end to it. Anything else, guys? Is somebody raising hand? I am getting some sound. Maybe it's part of my computer, but you don't have to raise your hands. You just unmute yourself and you can speak. There is no cue.
Sir, I had some doubts in the activity.
Go ahead.
But when I'm clicking on it, the questions are like being replaced by another set of. The questions I wanted to ask have disappeared.
Has disappeared.
Yes, sir.
Has it disappeared from your screen or we did something? We don't
No,
know.
no, no, sir. The
Okay.
set of questions keeps getting replaced whenever you click on it.
Okay.
You can refresh your screen so that you'll get the same set of question maybe after some 2 or 3 refreshes.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay, guys, we are waiting. So just let us know if you have.
Sir, I have one question from one of the activities assignment in week 6 actually.
Okay.
So there is a sentence and it is saying that in which tense the first like 3 words are there. So the
Okay.
sentence is Lawrence has grown to believe that he is equal to God. So in this sentence, it's asking what's a tense. So I had marked as present continuous, but it says that it's incorrect and the correct answer is past perfect.
What is the sentence? One more time, please.
Lawrence has grown to believe that he is equal to God, the one who both gives life and takes it away again.
I heard it, but can't remember the whole thing. Can you please write it in the chat box?
Yeah, sure.
Just the sentence part.
Yeah. I'm copying it.
Sure.
Has grown is underlined in the question.
Okay. Lawrence has grown to believe that he is equal to God, the one who both gives life and takes it away again. Okay. Lawrence has grown. And what is the correct answer?
The correct answer is past perfect.
There is something wrong. It has to be
Present perfect, I think.
Present perfect. There is something
Okay.
wrong here. Because past perfect will be had grown.
Yeah. So I had confusion. Maybe I'm not sure it was a correct question.
Sharia, can we please take a note of this?
Sure.
Can you please take a note of this? Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Sure. See, there is absolutely no confusion when you have has and have. That's part of present.
Okay.
Had, past tense. Very mathematically clear.
One more question I had, sir, like related to like transitive and intransitive verb. So, like, can a verb be always a transitive or intransitive, or it's the context of like the sentence which says that the verb is transitive or intransitive?
No, the context does not determine transitive or intransitive.
Okay.
There are some verbs, okay, where, but there. Okay, I'll give you. First of all, the right answer is no. The verbs have to be either transitive or intransitive, and context does not determine that. That's the answer to your question. Little bit more on that. There are some languages and some verbs where we need to know a little more than this, and then the reason why we have not discussed those things is because if we go to that, then we have to discuss transitivity, and we will lose the English language.
Okay.
For example, I'll give you an example. Walk. What is the transitive of walk? What is this transitive or intransitive? Walk.
Intransitive, I think. Intransitive.
Intransitive. So that means it won't have any object.
Yeah.
Right?
Like we cannot ask what with walk.
Exactly. But we can also ask, and in that case, walk is not just one verb. There are two walks in English. Okay. And the other one is transitive, where we can say, I walked my dog.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, you can ask the question, what did you walk?
Right. If the word has a different meaning in that sentence,
Exactly. That has a different meaning.
Okay. Because I was looking for a word called urge, and the word was urge, but I was getting different answers for it. Some places it says that it is a transitive verb. Other places it was saying that it is an intransitive. So I was
Right. So such verbs are called unaccusatives. But we didn't want to complicate this thing with a lot of words and terms and other things. So therefore, we didn't talk about it.
Okay. Sure.
But in general, for most of the verbs in English, it has to be transitive or intransitive. Not just in English. I can add a sentence for your understanding here. The same verb will be transitive or intransitive in all languages.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sure.
Sir, I found the questions.
Go ahead.
Sir, I'll send the sentence in the chat box, and then could I check whether I've understood it correctly?
Go ahead, send it. Oh, you have sent it here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me have a look at it. That is Shreya, right? You are sending it.
Yes, sir.
Identify the correct object in the following sentence. My
Sir,
father
direct.
gave direct object in the following sentence. My father gave me a present. So what is the direct object according to you in this sentence?
So at first I wrote me, but if we use the what test, gave what, only present will make sense.
Exactly. That's
So,
the answer. So
yes.
present is the direct object.
Okay. So the what test will work in any scenario, right?
It will work in 99% of the cases.
Okay, sir. So one more question.
Sure.
So I think this is also similar. I made the same mistake, if I'm not wrong.
Just put it here and we will test it.
Yes, I've sent it.
And that is, she sent her friend an email. What is her friend here? What is her friend here? Tell me.
It's
No, not that I
she is the
wish.
subject.
She is the subject, correct?
Compliment.
It's an object for sure. No, complement is fine. Complement, both of them are complement. Her friend and an email, both of them
So
are
what do you
complement.
mean by compliment?
By complement, we mean all elements that are required by the verb.
All elements?
That are required by the verb.
Oh, okay.
So for example, if you just say, she sent her friend, okay?
Yeah.
What will be the meaning of that sentence? Does it not look like an incomplete sentence?
So it's an incomplete sentence.
Yeah. So if there is something missing, which is going to make the sentence sound incomplete, that means you are missing something. And this missing thing has to be a complement.
Okay.
Take another example. If you say, she sent an email. Okay. It sounds okay, but still there is something missing in that sentence.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have to, the complete sentence is, she sent her friend an email. Okay.
So in this case, how is it indirect? How is it an indirect object?
Because only one will be direct object.
Yes, sir.
And the answer to what is the direct object, then what is not direct object is indirect object.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Look at the meaning of indirect object. It means If it is not directly an object, then it is indirectly an object. But it is also an object.
Sir, could you please give an example where it's not where like the middle part is not an indirect object?
Say it again. What do you mean by middle part?
So like in this sentence, she is the subject, sent is the verb, and transitive verb. Female is the direct object, and friend is the indirect object. So instead of the her friend, can we place something else that is not an object?
No, that we cannot do, because you can say the same sentence in different way. You can say she sent an email to her friend.
Okay, so the order can be changed, but there has to be an indirect.
Right. So in that order, you have direct object and then indirect object. So
Okay.
English allows both the order. Indirect object first or the direct object first. English will allow you both the orders.
So, sir, whenever there's anything extra other than subject, word, verb, and direct object, it has to be indirect object.
Not necessarily. Indirect object is needed only when you have a ditransitive verb. This verb is a ditransitive.
Yes, sir.
You understand the meaning of ditransitive? Ditransitive means two objects.
Yes, sir.
And only in such cases you have direct and indirect questions.
Okay, so if it's a ditransitive verb, then it has to be. Then there have to be two objects.
Two objects.
But no, sir, I was sorry. I just want to clarify.
Sure. Go ahead. No problem.
If there is a subject, verb, and object, and we want to place something in the middle, which is not an object, is that possible?
I mean, people will understand what you want to say, but that is not possible structurally.
It's not a proper sentence.
No, it's not a proper sentence. That example I can give you. See, you can say, I play football.
Yes, sir.
Take a simple example. Or you can say, I write stories.
Yes, sir.
So what are the elements in this sentence? I is the subject. Write is the verb. And stories is what?
The object.
The object, right?
Yes, sir.
You can say, imagine for this, I write a story every month.
Yes, sir.
Right? What is every month now?
It's just extra.
Extra, meaning some adverbial element which gives you information about frequency of my writing.
Yes, sir.
But it is not required by the verb. Therefore, it is not a complement.
Okay.
It's an adjunct.
So a sentence, if it's a standalone without that thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
If sentence can stand alone with subject, object, and verb, then everything else is adjunct. But they are important things as long as they are giving us information.
Yes, sir.
But for the purpose of the grammaticality of the sentence, those are adjuncts.
Sir, could you spell that, please?
Adjuncts, I'll write it here for everybody.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You can call it, adjuncts.
Okay.
Now, to answer your question, the previous question, you can say, I write stories every month.
Yes,
okay?
Sir.
But you cannot say, I write every month stories.
Oh, okay. Now I understand.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
People will understand what you are trying to say, but they would also know that you don't know good English.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And knowing good English requires you to understand that it has to go to the end. Or you can put it in the beginning. You can say, every month I write stories.
Yes, sir.
Depending upon what you want to emphasize in a sentence.
Okay.
Somebody can say, I run 5 kilometers, 2 kilometers every day.
It's a proper sentence.
It's a proper sentence, but you cannot say, I run every day 2 kilometers.
Yeah, the order is messed up.
Yes, these orders have to be out of these things.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So,
Anything else, guys? Yes.
so there was a question on forum, and somebody asked, like, there was a sentence and it was full in the blanks. So the question was, a flock of birds dash over the sky. So the answer to that was flies. But he said that I marked why fly is wrong. So I think, as far as I understand, because the flock of birds here is a group, a single group. So we are taking it as an entire, this entire phrase as the subject, right? So it's a bird with bird. He asked if because it's birds, so why it is not fly? Why it is flies?
Okay, help me understand. So the sentence is, can you write the sentence here?
Yeah, sure.
Just a moment. Just one. Okay, a flock of birds flies over the sky. So that was the correct word, right?
Yes, sir. But he was questioning why it is not fly because it's with birds. But I think a flock of birds here, it's a collective name, like it's a group, right? So it's going to be singular.
Correct.
Right? So,
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So it's a here birds are not counted separately.
Yes.
It's like a team.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But remember, when it comes to the reference of a team, that is taken as plural in English.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, if you say things like referring to, let's say, Indian cricket team.
Okay.
So you have to say India are doing well.
Okay, so okay.
Yes.
So, but so for like common, these are commonly used.
No. Flock is very
names.
clear. Flock is very clear.
Collective names, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just giving you additional information about it.
So
Okay.
why is it India are?
That is because the team is always plural. Like flock is singular, team is plural.
Sir, but don't we say this team is winning?
That's correct. But when we refer to Indian team with India, that is taken as plural.
So, sir, example.
I just gave you an example. India are playing very well.
Okay. So is that true for all countries?
That's true for all countries. Yes.
Okay.
All countries, all teams referred to with their names. That's true.
Okay, sir. So one more question. In this question that was just asked, a flock of birds flies over the sky. Uh, can we say of birds is an adjunct?
No, in fact, that is a compliment.
Oh, okay. So
Because without that, a flock doesn't mean anything.
Oh, okay.
That is required thing, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's a compliment.
Okay. So adjunct is anything that's besides the sentence.
That is besides, exactly. That is additional information.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Good.
we have a lot of exceptions when it comes to plural markers, and like, for example,
it looks like exceptions to us, but what I want to tell you, for the speakers of English, they are not exceptions.
yeah.
But yes, go ahead, complete what you were saying.
Like like I know few, but can we get just some more examples? Like, for example, hair. We never say hairs.
What we never say?
HAIR is hair only.
Yes.
It's not hairs. And
Right.
people is always people in plural.
Right.
So we don't say peoples, right?
That is because the word itself refers to more than one.
Yeah. Okay.
Hair, I don't know the way to say one piece of hair or one thing out of it.
Can we say
I think we can say strand of hair, maybe.
Yes, a strand.
We can say that, but these are what are they called? They are called. There is a term for that in grammar. I don't remember that term, but yeah, but that's the point. That's the main point.
Okay.
And how they are taken is important for agreement purpose.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can you explain a bit about determiner?
Can I explain what?
Determiner.
I'm sorry, I could not hear.
Determiners.
Determiners. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
What do you want to know about that?
Could you just give a brief explanation about that and an example?
Can't hear.
A brief explanation about that and a few examples.
Wait. Somebody is asking, where do we find good content to listen? Well, just if you don't find anything else, just listen to news bulletins. Okay, Rahul?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Just listen to news bulletins. You will be fine. And it's not about English is a slow tempo language and people are speaking fast. That's how we feel. These are our conceptions. No language is slow tempo or fast or anything. Okay. Now somebody was asking about determinants, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what do you want to know about determinists? Again, can you please?
Can you explain that when they are using, like what they are exactly? Some few examples.
No. What I want to understand is I want to understand the context from where your question is coming. Are you talking about these things? A, and the?
Yes, like in the classroom, like what is the determiner in the
Okay, see, there are two types of these things. These are three elements. And these three elements are important for us because these elements are not part of our languages. Which language do you speak?
Telugu.
Sorry?
Telugu.
Telugu. Can I ask you this question? Are there determiners in Telugu?
There might be. Is it like only restricted to English language like that?
Can you fix your mic? Or you have to speak closer to the mic. I can't hear you properly.
Hello?
Yes, now I can hear you better.
Yes, sir. Is it restricted only to English language determiners?
Determiners are definitely restricted to English language because our languages, Telugu, Tamil or Hindi, these languages do not have determiners. For example, when we say, what is the example that you gave?
In the classroom.
In the classroom. In the classroom. There is nothing like the in our language. I mean, the concept of determiner exists, but we don't have these words. Okay?
Okay.
So there are three words in English, a, and the. And these three things are of two types. For example, a and an, these are called indefinite determiners. Okay?
Okay.
And the is called definite. What's the difference? Whenever you are certain about something, then you use definite determinants. Meaning, when you say in the classroom, right?
Yes.
I spoke with the teacher in the classroom.
Yes, sir.
That means you are speaking to somebody else, right?
Yes, sir.
That person and you both know which classroom you are talking about.
Okay. The
Therefore,
specific,
you are using
like you're
the.
specifying the thing
Exactly.
which you want.
Exactly.
Like for example, if you say I want an apple, like you don't take, there are so many apples, like you can take any one. Like,
Exactly.
that. Okay.
You're right. That's
Then,
how we use a and n.
okay. So like, regarding intransitive verb, is it when is intransitive verb actually used?
When there is no object, when the verb,
Okay,
when they,
okay.
no, it's not when intransitive verbs are used.
Okay.
The question is,
okay, we should identify
which verbs are intransitive.
Oh, okay.
The verbs which do not need an object are intransitives.
Okay.
Get it?
Okay. Like for example, I have arrived. Like that's an intransitive verb, arrive.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Like,
so when
because
you
you say
arrive,
like when we arrive, like we know you came out, right? Like we don't. It's like, is it like that?
You came, but you don't. It doesn't have an object, because can we say arrive what?
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Therefore, it is an intransitive verb.
Okay.
Yes.
It is not followed by any object. Like it doesn't need any object.
It won't need an object.
Okay.
Only then it is an intransitive.
Yes.
Okay. So
yeah,
the question is not when we use intransitive verb. We can use it anytime we need it, but we don't. Intransitive verbs do not have objects. The verbs those do not have intransitive verbs are called in. The verbs those do not have objects are called intransitive verbs. All right.
Yes, sir.
Great. Anything else, guys? So, Animesh Sharma, you're sending something. What is that? BBC English. Animesh Sharma, are you there? Is that a question for us? What is that? Praveen?
Sir, he was explaining at that time, like when you said A equals to definite, he wrote that in the chat box.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Praveen, you want to say something?
Oh, no, sir. I had raised my hand in the beginning to ask my question, so now it's fine.
You don't have any more those questions?
No, no.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Sir, in the qualified exam, will they give any idiom of their choice and just ask the meaning?
Say it again, Karthik.
Will they in the qualified exam, the quiz 2, which will be in March, like will they just give any idiom and then ask us to write the meaning like within the options, like any random idiom? Is it?
I don't know if this is part of the. If we have already covered by then there will be some.
Okay, like because it's in this grade assignment 7.
Yeah, then it will be there. So it's very structured in the sense that if we have covered it in the classes, in the videos, then it will be. The possibility is it will be there. Yes, Himanshu, Shreya is right. It will be the players of India are doing well. No questions to other people, guys? There are a lot of people here.
So, excuse me,
Yeah.
sir.
Go ahead, Devanshi.
Yeah. So for when we were doing agreements and this plural marker thing, like for specifically when we use either and or neither and nor, and we have like two people. Suppose I want to say John, neither John nor Mary is participating in a dance competition. So, it's always is we use a singular marker or a plural marker?
Singular marker.
So why like?
Because we are talking about only one, right?
Okay, like we will refer to one. Yeah.
Right. Either John or Mary is participating in the
dance
competition. Or we can say neither John nor Mary is participating in the dance competition.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And these are for the purpose of exam, you can remember these things.
Yes.
But in general, for the purpose of learning, all we need to do is to keep these things in mind and use them frequently, or listen to other people, watch other people speak. Only then they stay in our subconscious for our use.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see, in writing, you have time to think. But while speaking, you don't have time to think.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That has to come automatic.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so I have to confirm one more thing.
Please.
In the lectures, in lecture 7.1, there are some sentences given about negation, tense, and agreement.
Negation, tense, and agreement. Okay.
Yes, sir. Whenever it is do not, like if it's I do not, it should be like pizza, right? Without the S.
Say it again. I do not.
Like pizza. Without the S, right?
Correct. Correct.
Same for we and they, correct?
Right. Because see, whenever the idea is if the subject is taken as plural, so I, plural, and you, they are all in one category.
Okay, sir.
I, first person, singular, second person, you, and third person, plural. They are all considered plural for the purpose of agreement.
Okay.
Okay. So and see, in the past tense, in the past tense, that is not true in the past tense though. We don't say I was. We have to say I was, right? We don't say I were.
Yes, sir.
We do say I were, but with a different meaning. If I were. Something.
If I were doing this, yes, sir.
Something. But in general agreement, it has to take was. But in present tense, this is how it works.
Okay.
So you have to say, I do not like. She does not like.
Yes, sir.
Because in general, you will say she likes.
Yes,
but
sir.
The S has been taken away with the negation and gone to the tense in the presence of negation. Therefore, we say does not.
Okay.
Sir?
Yes.
So for this, we have special markers for I, like I am and
correct in present
right.
tense.
Yes, but I just want to confirm one thing. We often say I will and I shall. So they are both correct, or there has to be some hard and fast rule about
No.
such?
There is no hard and fast rule in Old English. That existed, but in contemporary English, shall and will as future tense markers can be used with anything and everything.
Okay. Okay.
So you can say I will or I shall comfortably.
Okay, so and with the you as well, you will.
You as well, absolutely, with everything. There is no No person or number marking in future tense.
Okay.
And that is the reason why sometimes when you move to English too, you will understand. That is why sometimes some people consider it as model verbs
Yes.
like would and could
Would.
or can,
Yes, sir.
because they don't have any agreement with anything, with the subject. You can say I can, he can, they can, she can, all of them. So since will works that way or shall works that way, some people take it as model verbs, but will and shall are not model verbs. They are future tense markers.
Okay, sir.
So, and the usage of will and shall, it changes the tone also, as right?
That it can, and some people still make some distinction between the two. But I am telling you, in modern English, if you are writing I will or I shall, you will not be marked ungrammatical or wrong.
Okay, but like shall is more in a formal context, right?
Some people can add that, but at the same time, there are people who don't make that distinction of formal and informal with shall and will.
Okay.
Yes.
So can we?
Go ahead, Karthik.
So can we say either they or I?
Meaning what? Give me the full sentence.
No, I'm asking if it is like compatible for either. Like, can we use plural and then singular together? Like either they.
Oh yeah. We can have that. We can say that. And
Okay,
then
so
the
when
agreement
we are
works with the closer one.
okay. Oh, okay. So then the marker will be like or. Like if
Correct.
either they or I, like in some verb, then or. Like R will come or
No. The one that is closer to the verb will
Okay.
take the agreement.
Okay.
Did you understand this, Karthik?
Yes, sir, I understood. If the they is closer to, then it will be R. If I is close, it will be is.
Correct. Am. In present tense, it will be
I am, yes, sir. If it is he or she, it is is.
Correct.
Sir, is there any rule when to use the contraction form of do not or does not, like don't or doesn't?
Yeah. Ideally, see, there is no rule as such. The contraction comes in. Contraction is representation of fast speech.
Okay.
It sounds contracted. There is no such rule. But if you can speak without contracted form, that's taken as a very positive. Right. So for example, I'll give you an example. I have a favorite example of my own. If you say do not, take an imperative sentence, and you tell somebody do not go, it sounds very close to saying please do not go. But if you say don't, that has more prohibition mark.
Yes.
Okay, so we shall try using uncontracted forms. Okay, but there is no rule as such.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Anything else, guys? Lida, Aishwarya, shall we add anything else here? I mean, we can stay for some more time if you have questions. Otherwise, we will call it a session and see you next week then.
So one last thing.
Please.
Sir, just now I wanted to clarify about lecture 7.1 because I think there's a slight error in the video.
What is that?
Sir, it is written, I do not like pizza, and same for we and they. It's with an S there.
Correct. So what's the question?
Sir, it should be without the S, right? In the video, there's a slight error in the slide.
And what is this in video? Say it again.
So instead of I do not like pizza, it's like with an S.
Oh, and is it a different color?
No, sir.
There is some. It's possible that I'm trying to demonstrate something else. That it is
Oh.
ungrammatical. Is there a star mark somewhere?
No, sir.
Okay, then we will check that. Why it is there? There must be some reason. Because in some cases we have tried to use ungrammaticality with these things.
Oh, it's to show that it's not correct.
It's not correct. But if there is no star or something, or some color marking, then we will have to check.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Students of English from Chennai while reading. What is that? I can't read this fully. Can you read your questions?
Sir, in the phrase, the student of English from Chennai, should we pause after where the student of English? Should we pause here or should we read whole phrase?
Oh, you will have to pause. Student of English from Chennai.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. There has to be a pause there. Because phrase boundaries will need pause.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay then, guys.
Sir, sir, one more. Sir, but the student of English from Chennai, this is one phrase.
Right, but there is a break between the student of English and from Chennai. From Chennai is a prepositional phrase, and of English is also a prepositional phrase, and together everything is one phrase, that is noun phrase.
So, sir, how should we read this?
The student of English from Chennai.
So, sir, only one pause. The student of English pause.
On one pause will be fine. Right before the last phrase, a pause will be fine. Student of English from Chennai. That makes see, some kind of pause or speaking slow makes you confident also.
Okay.
Usually, as part of communication tip, what I can tell you, usually those who are not very confident, they speak very fast.
Okay, sir.
In general also, and it's not just about English. You watch people around yourself. I mean, there are very few reasons why you should speak fast. In general, there is no reason to speak fast. But I may be wrong about this. This is my general understanding. And when I hear people speaking too fast, there could be more reasons than one. But one of the reasons is definitely that they are not very confident about what they are saying.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So in general, you should practice conveying your message with a slow pace. And when you put your point in normal speed, people get it. All right, guys. So I sound like I am in a rush, but I just want to convince you that I am not in a rush. But since we are done for today, we will see you again with your questions and our comments and everything. Same time next week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Everybody.
you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.